Are you the type of person who mindlessly scrolls your phone for hours? Or maybe you're like us, who eat food even when we're not hungry. If that sounds familiar, then today's episode is for you.
Life is beautiful.
The Theo Bros Podcast.
Yo, how we doing? I am Mike Theo.
I am Nick Theo.
And you are listening to the Theo Bros Podcast, where you can count on daily wisdom to get your mind right. Back in the 1970s, a psychologist named Bruce Alexander ran one of the wildest experiments you'll ever hear. He wanted to understand addiction, so he took a bunch of rats, he put them in a small empty cage, which had nothing in it, no toys, no other rats, just 2 water bottles. One water bottle had plain water, and the other was laced with morphine. So of course, within days, all the rats get hooked on the morphine one. They drink the morphine water over and over and over until they all overdosed and died. That's when the study originally convinced the world that drugs were instantly addictive, that once you tried them, you're done. But Alexander didn't buy it. He thought, maybe it's not the drug, maybe it's the cage. So he built something called Rat Park, a massive enclosure filled with toys, tunnels, food, and other rats to mate and play with.
So like a Disneyland for rats.
It was basically rat heaven, okay? And here's the crazy part. The same 2 water bottles were in there. There was the one normal and the one drugged. But now, the rats barely touched the morphine. Almost none of them got addicted. The rats in isolation used the drugs to escape. The ones in Rat Park didn't need to. Their lives were already full.
So the moral of the story is when we feel alone, we will go towards things that maybe aren't good for us, but make us feel high. And then we keep going back to that because we don't want to feel that old feeling of loneliness.
Yeah.
But when we don't feel that feeling of loneliness and we feel connected to people around us, then we don't need to chase.
I don't crave those things as much. Yeah. I think it's that connection can be an antidote to addiction. And in a way, us humans are living in our own cages, digital cages, where we're trapped in these social media screens, Netflix screens. We're trapped inside our phones and TVs. And face-to-face connection is becoming more and more rare. Working from home, like COVID kind of changed things for all of society.
I like this experiment. I think that it's good. But I also think it's missing a part of it, which is what kind of rats was that original rat put with? Meaning, we also know that you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, right? So if you put me into a rat park and all the other guys in that rat park love doing morphine or whatever the was whatever was in that water,
You can't be cursing this much, bro.
okay, whatever was in that water bottle, they're doing it, then I'm going to join that party. And now, even though I feel connected because I want to fit into this group, I'm going to start doing the morphine, right? So I think there's I agree with the point where connection to people is really important, and that will lead you out of doing some really bad things if you stay alone and you chase drugs.
Yeah.
Right?
But I think even what you're saying is pointing to the main truth when you really boil it down to first principles.
Which is what?
Which is when we're chasing addiction, what we're really chasing at the root is connection. That's like the thing that we're really craving is connection.
Yeah.
And so we're looking for that real sense of connection in these fake connective things. And so even when you say like, who are the people they're spending their time with, right? Even the need of like conforming to your peers is another form of craving connection. Like it's all boiling down to this one idea, which is when you feel connected to genuinely connected to other people around you, you're not craving other things because like you're full, just like the rats in the rat park. I think that's really the moral of the story here. And I think what happens is when you don't have connection, your brain will find substitutes. So here's a crazy stat. You ready for this? In 2024, OnlyFans gross transaction volume, meaning the total payments from fans to creators, was about $7.2 billion.
Oh my God.
And that's up 9% from the year before.
Wow.
$7.2 billion.
That is absolutely insane. So why are you saying this is happening?
I think that people are desperate for connection. And intimate connection, like sexual connection, is one of the deepest forms of that. And people are buying their way, like they'll follow a creator and feel connected to that creator.
So by paying that creator and then getting that
their video
name,
they're buying fake
that connection.
Yeah. And I'm not judging the people who use OnlyFans. I'm just saying it's probably not the best thing for your mental health.
Yeah, I agree with you. Well, that is, I'm just still mind blown by that fact. Oh man. So what I wanted to get to, my point was, I want to bring back game nights. I think that game nights are
going all over today.
Are the answer to this problem, because it is a tradition that you can have where you actually gather with people and have fun together, and it's off of a screen. And I think that's a really important point that you made before, which is the goal of social media was to connect the world, and we're more connected than ever. But truthfully, we need that level of human connection. And I feel like a game night is a great way to do that, because it forces you off the screen and it doesn't make it awkward where you're just sitting around the table and looking at each other, and it gets you all to play something.
Yeah. I think game nights are great, except for the Fiorito, except for our family's household, because game night turns into fight night.
Remember, it's
Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, we never have fun during game nights.
All right, maybe it's not game night, but I think one thing that the Fiorito family has done well is we've created traditions like Sunday dinner. So Sunday dinner is a great tradition where we all get together around the dinner table and we share a meal every Sunday. And that is where our real human connection happens.
Yeah, I think tradition is a really important element. I think let's wrap this up with a call to action that anyone can do. And it's really to say yes a little more often. Like, I think so often I'm an introvert, or I tend to lean introverted, I should say. So when I get invites to things, my natural response is, oh, no, I want to stay home. Like, I don't want to go to dinner with you and your friend. Like, I just don't want to do that. I just don't. But what I found, like 9 times out of 10, not all the time, but 9 times out of 10, when I do end up going to that dinner with friends, when I do end up saying yes, when I say, all right, fine, I'll go, I end up leaving feeling full. I feel good, because like I sometimes fall into these traps where I think I want to be lonely, but then when I go and get that connection, I realize how desperately I needed it. Like, you don't realize how desperately you needed that connection until you go out and feel it again.
Yeah.
And you feel that connection to the world. It fills you up.
Yeah.
So
say yes to some real life plans
with people you actually like.
It doesn't necessarily even have to be people you know, though. You can say yes to a workout class that you've never been to before. Go put yourself out into the world and connect with other humans. Crazy concept, but it works. It's what we were put here to do, is to connect with each other. And we've lost some of that with social media. And
so build your rat park.
Build your rat park, your Disneyland. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Peace.
Thank you so much for listening all the way to the end.
If you're new here, we share daily mindset motivation in 10 minutes or less.
So if that's your vibe, hit subscribe or check out another episode right here.